Hey guys, welcome to the stream. I am just going to test something quickly because I have a horrible feeling that the overlay has stopped working again. There is supposed to be a little donation goal thing. Yeah, so the entire overlay has broken yet again. I fixed this the other day. I sat here after the stream and I fixed everything and it was fine, and now it's all broken yet again. So I am going to be having some serious talks with Streamlabs later. They may get some swear words if they don't behave themselves and get this working again, because this is driving me mad now. I am actually angry. Hi guys, hey Lard, hey Cowhome, hey Will. I hope you are all doing okay. Yes, there may be a sweary Robin. Robin is not happy. Yes, on a Friday night as well. Because this is not acceptable. I fixed it all and it was working fine. The only thing that wasn't working was the alert box, because I could not get an alert box to work for love nor money. Had to go and download a completely different theme and then set that up, and I've just opened it and it's all broken. So screw you, Streamlabs. 10 bits for the swear jar. Ah, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay, thanks, love. Hope you guys are well. It's been an alright day at work, I think. Stressful, slightly annoying, but you know, the usual. And apart from that, I haven't really been doing anything. So, right, let's see where we've got to. So, let me see. So we're trying to patch this one onto this section. So this is what it will look like. Streamlabs is just the greatest. I know, right? I know. It's almost like I never had this issue last week, where I then sat down and tried to fix it all and then got it working, and then as soon as I launched into the stream, where I didn't actually have time to actually set anything up because I literally ran in the door and got up here, of course it breaks again. So yeah, bastard. Right, let's go with one of these green ones, because I'm seriously short on just about every pattern now. Like, all I've got is these tiny flowers in like 3 colours, and then some of these ones, and then tiny polka dots, which is not quite the point of this blanket. I may get to the end of this and then attempt some crochet, because I started a square last night, and if I can continue how I started, it was actually going quite well. So I might crochet a little blanket as well, which might be a thing for either a future stream or for this one a bit later on, if anyone feels like watching me fail at that. Hey Neil, how's it going? I literally cannot wait until payday, because as soon as I get back from work, I am... Ow. Just stab the needle into my thumb. As soon as I get back from work, I am ordering the new craft bits, and I'm hoping that there'll be quite a few people that will either be in the chat or watching this back later, hopefully, that appreciate the new project that I'm gonna do. One thing that I've definitely never tried before, so it will be intriguing to see how it goes, because I am using a very going to be using a very basic pattern and just seeing what I can do with it. But it's something that I've never attempted before. New project hype? I know, right? I know, right? And if I have a bit spare, I may or may not get some more patches. Because it is driving me nuts. Absolutely driving me nuts. Ow. But yeah, so guys, tell me about your days. I hope it has been well. I hope that Friday and the weekend is definitely making it better. I saw patches today, but they were bigger. Yeah. And well, that's kind of the problem that I seem to have got stuck in, because for some reason, like, it doesn't seem to be very easy to get hold of patches this size. These are like 10 centimetres, and I thought that that was a standard size for patchwork blanket patches. Apparently it's not, because I cannot get hold of any others than the ones that I've got from the supplier for that don't cost the earth, and they're actually decent. So I'm thinking that I might just look into getting bigger patches for other projects. I've actually seen a few that are like reasonably big, and then I was thinking, actually, I could make ones that like I could make cushion covers instead. I saw this most adorable fabric. It was just like this massive patch, and you could get it in different sizes depending on how big you wanted it. But it was a robin, like sort of a robin on this sort of snowy background, and it was just so beautiful. So I may get one of those and then try and make that into a cushion cover. So I have that on one side and then have like a plain piece of fabric on the back or something. Spent the day playing Slime Rancher. We have converted you, Neil. Welcome to the fold. My day has been trying Sekiro? I'm not sure how to say that. And trying to make up for the lost time on Metro Exodus and laughing my arse off at the smuttiest Gran Turismo yet. Oh, that's going to be intriguing. Yes, be ready for my big Norks? Is that Norks later? I'm not sure what that means, but okay. I shall remain intrigued and appalled by the smut, pretending that I know what that means. I Nox. I hope you're innocent, Robin. Sure. Let's go with that. Yeah, let's go with that. Let everyone think that I'm pure and innocent. Till they start hearing me swearing at Streamlabs, and then suddenly it all dawns on them that I'm really just a foul-mouthed person. I would try and sort it out midstream, but I have a feeling I would then have to try and re-download another alert system, and I can't be bothered. To try and deal with that. If you're innocent, I'm Dutch. We'll be circling Rim too. Okay. I'm not sure that's within Twitch's terms of service, I'll be honest, Will, but you know, whatever you do in your personal time, I'm sure that's fine. Oh, by the way, oops! I nearly smacked it off the desk. Terribly sorry. You can all see my first attempt at crochet in his little Foxy's little hat. It looks more like a little purple wig. This, I mean, I did kind of make it more into a hat by the end, but it was supposed to be a square, and as you can see, there's not really much square to it. It built a lot up around the middle bit, and then not really anything around the sides. So I just decided to make it into a tiny hat for the fox and start again, because it was not going well at all. It sort of looks like a little crocheted donut. Cardigan. That's a woolly hat. I know. It was supposed. If any of you have seen crochet, it was supposed to be a granny square, which is one of those squares that has the big holes in it. And this video said for absolute beginners. I thought, well, I'm an absolute beginner, and that looks like an interesting pattern to try. Didn't think about it really, and yeah, it sucked. I sat there watching this video. I was like, this is absolute wizardry. What the feck are they even doing right now? Just staring at it and kept rewinding it, and it just wasn't making any sense. And then I tried it, and then I was following, or at least I thought I was following along, and that's what I ended up with. I was like, well, this isn't going square. This is literally round and round and still going round. It's not going square. So when I joked to TC about me trying to do a square and it going round, I'm guessing that was actually quite accurate, because that's exactly what happened. But with this other one, I tried a different video, and surprisingly enough, it's actually going quite well. I can actually show you because it's sitting on the bed. Probably shouldn't have just pulled it, but yeah, that's what I've got so far. Got that. So that is going to be a square. I've only done like two or three rows I think so far, and that's what I've got. Like, it went a little bit funny in the middle, but it actually went quite well. Have you knitted before? No. Basically, my grandmother tried to teach me knitting, and I came to the same conclusion then about 20 years ago as I have now. It is wizardry, and I don't like it, and it should all die in a fire. I have not tried knitting since, and I am not in a hurry to try, because if I can't work with one needle, I doubt I'll be able to work with two. That's why I like sewing, because when you're sewing, you're taking two pieces of pre-made fabric, or more I suppose, and you're making it into something. Like you've got something tangible to start off with. With crochet and knitting, you're literally just making something out of thin air. Well, and wool, I suppose, technically. I don't understand it myself. And I'm not sure I ever will. Oh, that's not the right bit. I'm supposed to be measuring it from that one. Yep, that's fine. But yeah, so I decided to try a different tutorial, and the different tutorial is actually working remarkably well so far. It is a colour magic wheel. But yeah, so if anyone fancies watching me attempt some crochet later, feel free to let me know in the chat. And I might swap to that for a little bit. I would love to get to the stage where I can crochet. Thank you for the bits, Calhome. I would love to get to the stage where I can crochet like creatures and stuff, but I don't think I'm gonna get there anytime soon, because the only kind of circle I could make was a donut, and I don't think I can make many animals out of a donut. It's been trailed in your JWC tweet, so you'll have to do it. Oh. Who has it now? I wasn't aware of this. Oh, there we go. It is. Magic with one needle sounds good to me. Yeah, it'd be nice if I could complete one square at least. And I've got two. As you guys saw in the last stream, that I have two different coloured walls, so it'd be nice to do a blanket of alternating patches, even if it's just like a really tiny blanket. Yeah. So maybe I will give it to the hour mark. So I'll do this for another 40 minutes, and then I will do a BRB, and I will set up some crochet. So I think that'll be nice, and then it's a nice even mixture then. Yeah, a tiny blanket for the fox. That'd be a good idea. I'll be honest, I currently have no idea how I'm going to stitch them all together. And I don't actually know how you get to that part. So that will be interesting. I can imagine there is another form of wizardry I have not yet learnt. Because I'm basically watching the YouTube video as I go with that one. So what I have just remembered is that I still have not caught up on Sewing Bee. So I think that's going to be my mission for the weekend. I got 2 more candle moulds today, so I can make more of the little beeswax candles. So those will be super cute. And yeah, so I will be, I think, mostly making candles and crocheting and watching the Sewing Bee this weekend. Oh, it's a good episode. Some excellent things were made. Also very tense. Ooh. I agree. Very ooh. So what are the new molds, or are they a surprise? Well, the new molds are the same ones that I previously bought. The little round beehive ones. They are the same ones. So I just bought 2 more because I was currently only making 2 at a time, and obviously that's a bit of a slow production. Although I may have the opportunity, keep turning this around so I can actually hold it properly. Is it no, it's not gone wonky on that side. It's just a bit shorter. That's always helpful. Yeah, I may have an opportunity to actually make some more molds at work. My boss decided that I should know how all the silicones work and mold stuff. So I made a little silicone beehive from the mold, like making little models of it to then put in silicone to duplicate the mold. And then one little one that was in stone as well. They look really cute, especially the pink one because it looks like jelly. But it was like when he gets time, we can do a few more and then just make a bigger mold out of silicone. I was like, oh, okay, thanks. He was like, "Yeah, you can make more at one time." I was like, "Cool." Wasn't really quite sure what to say. Like, not really used to having a boss that's helpful. Yeah, that was very nice of him. It's like, considering my last place, they like couldn't give two hoots. It's quite nice having someone that thinks of that. So said he wins a race. Well, exactly. Exactly. Right. So we have 5 so far. Let's just stretch these out a little. Stretch. And then the next one of these will be purple. Not out in F1. Oh, what a burn. Will is going straight for the kill there. Very true. I'm going to assume that one was of equal burn measures, because I do not watch F1. So I'll be honest, I have no idea who is who. Pretty sure the last time I watched the F1, Michael Schumacher was still racing. So that probably says a lot about how long ago that actually was. When Williams turned up to join in. Oh, right. Is that he's not there to win, he's there to take part kind of a thing? I can get behind that. I'm saying no more on it. Save it for the podcast. Oh dear. Did it go that well? Well, I suppose my answer is tune in to the podcast. Tomorrow at 1 p.m, is it? I want to say it's 1 p.m. because it was 3 and then it got moved. Is that right? Oh, 2 p.m. I don't know what I was thinking of 1 p.m. then. And it's going to be big. Well, I suppose if it's going to be big, then I think I spelt that wrong, didn't I? No, I put the I and the P the wrong way around. Let's try that one again. There we go. Thanks, Phil. You beat me to it. This is why it would be helpful to have a yeah, this is probably don't mix up your I and your P. Yeah, don't mix your I with your P, guys. Or get P in your eyes, because you know that's never going to be good. But yeah, this is me trying to type on a sideways keyboard because the laptop is like diagonally facing me on the bed, so I can't actually see the. Ow! Probably lucky that you can't see too well from this angle because I just stabbed that needle straight into my thumb. Again. Actually have a hole in my thumb where I just keep stabbing it now. It's not good. But yeah, I'm glad that I do have that shout out thing working now. Very, very important disclaimer there, guys. Don't get your pee in your eye. Yes, and always shout out the people. You can shout out yourselves too. Unless you're randomers. Because, you know, I want to at least know that you're part of the group before you just sort of wander into the chat and then start promoting yourself, because I don't like when people do that. Just a heads up of anyone that would consider doing that. Not that anyone I think that's actually watching would, because I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that anyone that's actually in the chat right now is a regular anyway, so. And there will be 39, or there will be more 39 steps this weekend, I hope. Oh, nice! I look forward to it, because I rarely actually get to see your streams, because stupid internet cuts out. It does not like weekends. Back in a little bit, got to pop out. No worries, Neil. I will see you later. Hopefully you don't miss a crochet. Well, I say miss. You probably won't miss anything. You will miss me attempting badly to do some crochet and then cursing at myself for being bad at crochet. So, yeah. By Neil Orangefield. I think after I have finished streaming for the day, I am going to either go sleep for a little while or play some Slime Rancher. I think I might go sleep for a little while because the family is supposed to be out shopping, which translates to there will be no one in to be barking orders at me, and hopefully they will be late coming back, so I will have time, hopefully, to have a nap before I have to get up and then have dinner. Which means that hopefully I will feel awake enough to actually watch some streams and potentially even do a bit of Rocket League. Plans could be good for tonight. Yeah, it'd be nice to hang out and play some games. Because I've not really been doing that lately. Like, I get back from work and I'm just so mentally exhausted that I just sort of sit and then end up falling asleep. And then the last week or so I just haven't been sleeping, so that's made me even worse. And I was starting to fall asleep a little bit at my desk earlier, just out of boredom, because then there came a brief half an hour where nothing was happening, and because I've been running around for the rest of the time, I was like, yep, this is the time to stop doing things now. I'm done for the day. And this was about 2 o'clock. Actually, I think it might have been more like 1:15. So that was fun. That was a lot of effort to make it through that day. Always managed to pull the needle directly out of my hand. I think I'd have a better grip on it, but apparently not. Don't fall asleep at the desk, you'll end up with a pen mustache. You know, with those guys, I would not be surprised at all. I'll be honest, I would not be surprised. Apologise if I've just bonked the mic at all. Trying to just move those over there. They're getting in the way. Trying to evenly get these, because very much lacking in the varieties again. Which is very much getting like a little Sudoku puzzle now, trying to not repeat all the patterns. So in hindsight, it's probably good that we're coming towards the end of the month, and I've got the crochet stuff, because at least that'll give me something new to do while I'm fighting the losing battle of finding patches. That was it. It's like the ones I've got left over, I can make something else out of those. Like, they're not going to go to waste. I can just keep making things, making patchwork things, whether it's like, you know, cushion covers, or I could probably actually make another blanket out of the amount that I will have left over from buying enough to get the ones that I needed. I think it's a bit, you know, like when you buy a variety pack of sweets, but you only bought them for one particular sweet, and so you just have to keep buying more and more and more packs just to get the ones that you actually wanted in the first place. That is pretty much what's happened here. Like the amount of packs I will have to get in order to get the ones that I do actually want is ridiculous. Whereas if they just sold them in the packs that I actually wanted, it would save me a lot of time. But I guess it doesn't save me money, which means it goes in their pocket. Could you use different picker patches in the middle like a feature? Not really, because the problem is that I got it calculated so it works with this specific size. And trying to then colour match those bigger patches, it would not, I don't think it would work. I don't think it would work to get bigger ones. That, and because I'm sewing these all in one big length and then stitching them together, so like I'm doing all of the blanket in one go, or the length of the blanket in one go, if that makes sense, rather than like doing it inside out or whatever have you. I'm actually just going along in lines, so it wouldn't work unless I had all the patches in that particular size running down the middle, if that makes sense. So it'd have to be that size from top to bottom, because otherwise I would have like overhanging bits of fabric and then they'd probably get stuck. And, yeah. The annoying thing is, because I did find them on eBay and they sell like some of the patterned bits of fabric that are supposed to be in these packs individually in meters, but the problem is, for the amount of hassle that it would be to cut that into the pieces, it's literally not worth it. I thought them in the middle and border around them with the smaller ones so it matches up. Yeah, I mean it might work. The problem is, I think the way that I'm doing it, it possibly just wouldn't work. And also then I have the issue of trying to find other bits that could then go into it, that would sort of go with the theme and the colours. And I haven't been able to, unfortunately, which is why I've sort of ended up stuck with these as it goes, because I just can't find any other nice ones. Because that was my original plan. I was gonna do like a thick border of these ones and then have like a patch in the middle. But then when I was actually trying to work that out, and because I started from the outside of the blanket inwards, it didn't really work, because like I wouldn't be able to do it that way. I would yeah, I don't know, it would be more hassle. I think was the issue. And at the time when I started, I was like expecting this to be a 2 or 3 month project, and this was about 2 or 3 years ago. So the original plan sort of had to go out the window a little bit. But I guess if I start another one at some point, then that's always something that I can try. I suppose don't want to do all the good ideas at once. It's just my lazy way of getting stuff done. Mind thinking. Yeah, well, yeah, like I say, that was gonna be my original plan. But then that required maths. And me being smart enough to actually have to cut the fabric, and I was like, if the more complicated I try and make it, the more likely I am to stuff it up. So I was like, I'll just make it out of these patches. That'll be all right, you know. That won't take too long, and it'll look nice if it's all consistent and I haven't, you know, messed it up. And then I have quite a few times. Ugh, maths. I know, right? That was exactly my thoughts. Yeah, and then like I said, I never actually got back to finishing it, so the original plan sort of had to go out the window. In some respects it'll be a lot easier when I'm doing the back cover, because yeah, it'll be easier when I'm doing the back cover, because it's just going to be one long piece of fabric, and once I've got this bit done, I can just measure this bit of the blanket and go, right, this is how much I need to cover the back of it. And then sort of job done, as it were. Like, I've only just got to sew it then. Wish I'd never done the A level. Yeah. That's just one of those things. You don't need anything beyond the basics. You know. I can work out percentages. I can do addition and subtraction and, you know, dividing and multiplying. I can use a calculator for any of those, you know, for anything that I can't do in my head. It's not necessary to learn about all of the other shit that they add in it. I got about 8 out of 300 marks. Yikes. Yeah. It's like most of the stuff that I learned for the GCSE one, it's not even relevant. It's not relevant to anything in my entire life. I am never going to need any of the stuff that they barely glossed over. I won't say taught. The only useful information in it was working out the square footage of fake grass or turf or whatever you call it for a garden. Like, that was one of their hypothetical questions that they posed. That is the only bloody useful thing that I ever got in that entire 1 year of my life. And that, I'll be honest, is buried under so much stuff I couldn't remember it either. Pythagoras is the man, right? Getting them ladders up walks at safe at walls at safe angles. Yeah. But I don't need to know the angle it's at. I just need to know how to put it up against a wall and it not fall over. And that's something that you can apply in real life without actually having to do the maths. So a lot of the times it can only go on what the numbers are that you feed it, and unfortunately life is not like that. It's only about statistics and probabilities and things. You know, even if like the probability in the numbers says that, you know, something has a 1 in 6,000 chance of happening, it doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It just means that it's very, very unlikely, but it still does. Life fits in no equation. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's like, and the problem is that, especially with kids, they're not taught in school, because they're not going to encourage them to think it's a waste of time, but they're not taught in school that this is not how life works. So they go out in the real world and, you know, they use those laws of probability that they're never going to fall down a pothole and break their ankle, you know, as a 1 in 200th chance, and then they fall down a pothole and break their ankle. And they think, well, that didn't apply to anything, did it? It's because you can't apply. It just does not apply to actual existence. Like, you can take all the precautions and you can make all of the preparations, but life does not play by any rule. Which I think is the moral of the story then today, kids. First of all, get off your bloody iPhones. 9 times out of 10 it's because they're not actually paying attention to where they're walking, and then they fall down the pothole and break their ankles. Right, so we are just hitting the hour mark now. So I am gonna finish this bit up and then switch the screen, go on BRB for a little bit, and yeah, and then switch to the crochet, I think. Kids these days, I know, right? No. All I can say is, oh, how nice it must be to not have anything else more important to do than to stare at a screen all day, like these kids do. I mean, I say these kids because I've seen fully grown adults, you know, doing the exact same thing. I've worked with people with fully grown adults to do that. I'm just like, dude, you're at work. Get off your damn phone. Get your arse in gear. The sooner you work, the sooner we can all leave. Okay, this one is not going to play ball. I remember when phones were as big as brick. Well, I mean, that's the thing. They seem to be going back that way. Like, every time I see people with a smartphone these days, they seem to be getting bigger and bigger, and they're like, oh wow, look at this screen, like, it's massive. And I'm like, yeah, they had these in the 80s and people thought that they were hideous. But I guess that's just my my feelings on it. Like, I love tech, don't get me wrong, but I just don't see the point in having a tiny phone that does everything a computer can do when you can have a computer that does what a computer can do. So you're not carrying all of the expensive things around at once. All the heavy things, because the bigger they are, the heavier they are. It's just not sensible. Anyway, I am gonna BRB and I'm gonna set up the crochet. Okay, we are back. Phones should fit in your pocket. Yep, I would agree with this, Will. It's like phones are for, you know, when you're out and about and you need to keep in contact with people or in emergency situations. They're not for, you know, checking Facebook 300 times a day to post about what you had for dinner. I don't really see the point in them being for anything else. Right, let's see if I can remember how to do this. So, right, first of all, I need to wrap that around my fingers. The problem with this one is I just can't seem to get the tension right. Right. Nor can I seem to pull the ball through. So that's a great start. No. There we go. Right. So if I do this correctly, I'm supposed to go through the hole, then wrap it around, pull it through, end up with 2 on there. Well, at least I would if I didn't keep looping it around the wrong one. Start a fresh one. I suppose I could start a fresh one. Yeah. Yeah, I'll try one out of the other one because I think that's actually slightly better. Let me just get through that one. There we go. Right, and then pop that one to one side. Right, and let's see. See if I can start this one on my own. Oh, put that over there. Right. So the thing is to you start like this, and then you wrap the end round, and then you bring this back one over, and that's how you make the little slip knot in it. I don't know You can't really see it that well on this camera, but yeah, you make a little slip knot, and then you put the hook in that, and then you pull it so that stays, and then that is the start of it. And then if I start off, so you then, it's so springy. It's not very tightly wound. I think it might be my issue. I think the knot might be a bit tight. There we go. So we start off. The recommended one was 21. I'm lost. My fingers are tied up now. Yeah, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can pull it through. 9, 10. No, 10. There we go. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Get through, thank you. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Get through the hole, thank you. No, 20, 21. Okay, so that is the start of it. It's gone very twisty, and you can't really see it too well because it is quite dark. Curse you, camera! I shall see my fist. Shake my fist at the camera because he's not very good. And then you start tying that one up. Tie that one up. Thank you. And then you start by going back through the work, so I can't keep my fingers in the same place. There we go. So you then pull it back through the line that you've just done, and then you pull it through so that you end up with two bits here, and then you loop it back through, and then you end up with one bit, and that's the start of the new line. And then you carry on all the way along, so go through the next hole. Really need to figure out a better way of holding it, because I can't hold it and push it through. Like, my fingers physically cannot do that. Yeah, and then keep going basically. Push it through the next hole. So it's sort of essentially plaited it, and then you push the hook back through that plait, and then you just add a plait onto it. Oh, no, didn't actually push it through that one. Go through that. I may have done them a little bit too tight, which might be the problem. It's also because it's so springy, it just gets in the way. Right. Trying to hold this bit out of the way so that I can actually see what I'm doing. I think it's pulling a bit too tight, so it's sort of curling over a little at this end. and then not holding it tight enough at this end so that I can actually do it. It is very much a nightmare to try and do. I won't lie. I'm a little bit regretting this challenge. I was a little bit regretting the challenge as I said about doing the challenge. But now I'm actually doing it, I'm regretting it a lot more. There we go. So yeah, then get out of the way. Then pull that through. And then push it through the next one. And then so, oh, the camera just went really weird. What are you doing? Hello. The camera has gone really bright for no reason. I can't. The thing is, I cannot get it to stay around my fingers so that I can get enough tension that it works, whilst being able to actually do anything. Right. I'm making this look probably a lot harder because I am very much cack-handed with it. Oh. And this may not be the best quality wool either because it's quite loose. So quite often I end up getting the hook stuck through another piece of wool, or like halfway through a strand of wool rather than through a piece of work. But like that one, pulling it straight out of it. Okay. And then having to start again. That's also the thing with this. If it unravels, you're screwed because it will just unravel the whole thing. You've gone a bit stop motion too. Oh. That's weird because I'm not dropping any frames. Hang on. I am still here, guys, but I did just unplug and replug the camera in. That was the name I was going for. So you won't actually see it. You won't see me doing anything. I'm overlay editing. Yay! That's exactly what I wanted to be doing in the middle of a stream. There we go. That might work a bit smoother now. And then just move that down there. There we go. There we go. That's a bit smoother now. Stupid camera. Yeah, let me know if that's any better, because like I say, I think that's definitely the camera that time rather than the internet, because it's not saying that I'm dropping any frames. It's actually been quite reasonable. So naturally, that'd be why. That'd be why it's everything else is broken, because the internet's working. CosLogic. Right. So. Oh, don't pull the hook out. Don't pull the hook out. It's got a bit lumpy again. Lumpy towards the middle. At least I suppose if it's consistently lumpy, you know, that's not too bad. Think it's the autofocus, as it can't decide what to do. I don't know if I actually have autofocus on this camera, though. I think that's a problem. That could be a problem, although it doesn't seem to actually work correctly with Windows 10, so that might also be causing it issues, because Windows 10 decided to update after I'd already told it 3 times not to update, and I tried to turn that off and it doesn't work. So that could be why it's now not working correctly. Although why it would do it now is another thing entirely. Damn it, I'm pulling this too tight. That's my problem. I am pulling the wall way too tight to actually do it properly. It's all getting, oh god, it's all getting looped round it now. Just loop round the bloody thing. It's like the whole overlay keeps zooming in and out too slightly. Well, that's weird. I have no idea how I would even begin to fix that then, I'll be honest. I don't actually know what it's doing. Unless it's Twitch's end, because I know a lot of the times with mine it flicks constantly with the frame, like the quality, not the frame rate, the quality of it. Yeah, I feel control for sure. Yeah. Right, this is actually twist. I think it's twisted itself up, so I can't actually see which side I'm supposed to be doing. That side? No. No. That bit? That bit? No. You can tell how much I'm concentrating on this because I've gone completely quiet. And I'm trying to hook it. There we go. Trying to hook it for a teeny tiny bit. because I may have inadvertently pulled it a bit too tight, and now this bit's too loose, and this really is a disaster. It really is a disaster, I won't lie. Because this is just it's just not really working very well. I think once the bit gets a bit thicker, it'll be a lot easier. But it's because it's so thin, there isn't really anything to weigh it down, so it just twists and curls over, and then it just gets in the way a lot. I am also almost at the end though for that bit, so with any luck, as it gets a bit bigger from this bit, it might be a lot easier. Don't pull it out. Hey Rob, how's it going? How the devil are we all? Well, I am sitting here slightly raging with some crochet. This is like the second reasonably successful attempt that I've had at it. Other than that, I'm doing okay. How are you? Good. Well, that is very good to hear. Right. So what I've just done with that one is I've just made a separate loop on it, and then I've turned it round, and I'm working my way back, and then you basically just keep doing that all the way along. Until you have a square, essentially. Oh, no, that's to go through all of that bit. No, that's still to go through all that bit. Not quite sure what I've done. Nope. Nope. Nope, didn't like that bit. Didn't like that bit at all. Right, let's try that again. Pull that through. Then pull it through again. Nope. There we go. That's it. That they keeps killing. I probably should actually change it. I just realised I should probably change the stream title. So that it says that I'm crocheting, because it currently says that I'm quilting. And although I suppose technically it is actually a blanket, it's not sewing. Debating my next addition to the book of things that never were. Intriguing. But is it chilly? I mean, I'm chilly, because I won't lie, it's pretty darn frosty in here. But I don't know if this is exactly as chill as sewing would be, because A, I am not making this look easy at all, and B, I get a little grumpy with it because I've only just started, so it's I'm very much a work in progress with it. And I will confess that I have only watched half of the tutorial video that I started learning this from. So it could all go horribly wrong about halfway through, guys. You never know. Although it does seem to have at least stopped curling so much in the direction that we're trying to crochet in, because it just kept curling over the darn hook and then I couldn't see what I was doing, and then that was making me grumpier. Nope. I've just pulled that out, I think. No? Yes? I'm not actually sure. Nope. No? I'm not sure how I've ended up there. Right. There we go. No. Yeah. I'm starting to drop a lot of frames now. So I don't know what is going on, whether this is my internet now that's being a pain, or whether it is Twitch, or just a combination of all of the above. I don't know how I'm going to get it through this bit, because I seem to have pulled this so ridiculously tight. I can't even see where the darn hole is. There we go. Don't think that's the right one. I think there was one before that I have missed. Basically, I'm going to create a hole if there isn't one, because there should be one there. There we go. I've created a hole. Wow. Right, and then I can put it through that one. We'll just I think it's safe to say that if we do get any bits that I've missed through this bit, that we'll just, you know, we'll just gloss over those, because I think at this point it's pretty good if I get any of it right. Oh. Yay, we are at the end, guys. Well, at the end of this bit. Okay. Alright, and that is what we have so far. You can't see it too well because it's quite dark, and the camera is shocking. But yeah, we have quite a bit done. So we make another loop, and we flip it over and we go all the way back again. And we just keep repeating this, I believe, until we get a decent sized square, really. I may find out later in the video that actually that was not what we were supposed to do, but I haven't got there yet. So as far as I'm concerned, we're doing all this the right way. Let me just check which bit on. Yeah. Trying to make a hole in this section. Yeah, I've made a hole in this section. And we are now attaching the wall in this section and this section only. And I didn't actually pick it up. Right, so that is there, and then through that one, no, because it's got caught. Is there any crafty stuff you can't do? Well, I mean, there are very few crafts besides knitting, because I already know that I can't do that, and I do not want to attempt it again. There aren't many crafts that I wouldn't attempt, so I wouldn't say there's any that there's none that I can't do. But I think that's the thing about crafts. It's not necessarily a case of that you can or can't do them. It's a case of how long you're prepared to spend mastering them. And I will confess that usually I genuinely leave something out of impatience rather than well, I would say a lot of them it does come with the skill as well. I'm not usually that skillful. Jack of all trades, master of none, I think is probably more accurate description of myself. I like to try a lot of things, but I'm not necessarily good at everything that I do. I returned to crochet. Nice. Yay! Welcome back, Duncan. Welcome back, Neil. I will forever call you Duncan, I'm sorry. Well, it looks good and makes sense. Well, that's good. As long as it, even if I'm not doing it right, as long as it looks like I'm doing it right, that's the main thing. And for anyone that's watching that's never done crochet before, they're not gonna know. So that's even better, because it looks like I'm a massive pro at this. She says not able to actually do the right bit. I look like a pro, and everyone goes away happy, and no one's any the wiser. So, you know, it's great on my part. Except for anyone that was watching and didn't realise I wasn't a pro at this and have now heard that small disclaimer. Soz, I led you down a rabbit hole of lies. But, you know, it's fun lies, so. Join, stay, chat, be merry. Call me whatever you like. I've been called a lot of unflattering names over the years, so my surname is fine. I'll ask. I mean, not good that you've been called a lot of unflattering things. To be fair, so have I. Yeah, it's quite nice when people. Whoops. Quite nice when people just call me something that's close to my name. I'm like, yeah, that doesn't really bother me. It's probably nicer than a lot of people could say. Surely not, you're lovely. Well, I'm sure as you could probably agree to, people can be dicks, so. No. I keep getting it stuck in the other bit of wall. And then when I try and pull it through, it doesn't work. So that is... No. No, it's stuck in that bit. Right. Put that through. Try again. So when it all comes unravelled off of my finger, that's the issue. Because then it messes with the tension. But then I try and over tighten it like this, and then it gets stuck. And then end up with one particularly tight bit. Like I have right now. Is that bit already done? No, it's not. There we go. Apart from being a bit lumpy, I think this is actually going quite well. And it feels like a lot more progress as well. Like it feels like we're getting more out of this, I guess, from that same sense of creating something from nothing. Once you start creating it and it starts getting bigger and bigger and bigger, it starts getting that bit more noticeable of all of the bonuses, all the changes that you make to it and stuff. Like all the bits that you add on to it, it starts getting more noticeable. I also apologise if I've not been doing this particularly in sight of the camera. Hoping this might work a little bit better. It could be a Freddy moustache at the moment. It could well be. Although I'm not sure how he'd feel about purple moustache. On the other hand, he might actually think that that was an awesome idea. Right, so that is that one, and then that one. We've done all of this so far, guys. It looks black on the screen. Yeah, it does. I don't know how. Yeah, it does look really, really black on the screen. This one is actually about the same colour as your name would appear on the screen if the chatbot was working. I don't know when you noticed, so when I went to the BRB screen, that a chatbot appeared on there. Now, that is the new chatbot that I'd set up. So it does in fact work, but for some reason, when it comes on this particular screen, nothing works. Nothing works on it at all. So I'm almost thinking if something has corrupted this scene in Streamlabs because everything seems to be broken, so I might have to do something with that. Oh, I've gone completely out of the camera there, getting distracted. Yeah, so it might be something in this particular setup that's gone and broken it, because it seemed to work on others, just not on here, which is weird in itself. But I wouldn't begin to imagine to know how Streamlabs and its logic work. I just press play and it does it, or it doesn't, kind of a thing. Okay, so we've got about 20 more minutes of the actual stream, so I think we've done pretty well. Oh, let's just try and unravel a bit more of this wool to get a bit more, so it's not pulling it too tight. And then oh, that is the last one. Okay. Oh. Oh, pulling it back through. That's not good. Not good. No, just can't look it. Such a spanner. And yeah, look, we're doing quite well. Got quite a bit done. When are you starting loom weaving? That is one thing that I would like to try, but having seen the price of looms, it's put me off a little. And there is another rather large piece of equipment that I do want to get first, that I would rather get, because it is something that it's essentially a way of me producing my own merch for you guys. So I think I would rather get that than oh, something's going wrong here. This bit isn't attached. And I've completely forgotten how to even do this. What am I doing? It's that way. God's sake. Right. So I've got that set back up now. There we go. Yeah, so I would like to do loom weaving at some point, but there is another piece of kit that I would want to get cleared off the wish list first, because it means that I can make, well, not only does it mean I can make merchandise for you guys, but it's another thing that I can use to make stuff in the store. which I think would be an interesting addition. And I won't currently say any more about it because I don't know how feasible that will be, because that's quite a big target to reach currently. And also, I think once I start making them, and if they go all right, I kind of get the feeling that I will be very much preoccupied by next month's crafts. Trying to hook that back on there. Yeah, I sense I may be slightly preoccupied with that for a little while. So all other new crafts will be placed on the back burner. Oops, I've just thrown that on the desk. Look how well it's going. That bit's been pulled a little bit too tight there, but look how much we've got, guys. Got another 15 minutes, and I reckon that we could probably do, I'd say, at least 2 rows in that time, judging by the speed that this is now going at. It was a bit tricky at first, and like I say, because it was so springy. Well, it is so springy. I was having trouble holding it to actually keep it from moving around. It's actually got caught the wrong way around on that one. But now there's more of it. It's not quite such a pain. I don't quite wish that it would. I don't quite wish the death and destruction on all of Crochet Kind right now, as I did beforehand. Just a little bit now, just a little bit. Where's this going? Making progress. Excellent. Oh, thank you. I can never get the hang of it when my mum tried to teach me years and years ago. Yeah. That's the thing. I'll be honest, I started with the granny's patch, like whatever you want to call it. This isn't, for some reason it's not going the right, it's not going the right way across the thing now. It's supposed to do it like that. It's not working. God only knows what I've just done. No. Yeah, It's not made any difference. Okay, I have no idea. I have no idea what I've done. What was I saying? Because I've forgotten that too. Let's just take that out. Start again. Yeah, I tried with the granny patches because I foolishly thought, oh well, that seems like the most common one, so that will be the most easiest, surely, right? Like that's all I ever see of crochet. I rarely ever see anything else crocheted like as a square kind of a thing, unless it's in that particular style. So I thought that was the easiest one to learn, and I was like, trying to follow along with this tutorial, and it was just not making any sense. So I think it depends as much on what it is that which one it is that you're doing, as well as how you're learning it. Because like with the tutorial video that I found, like I was a bit skeptical, because I'm always very skeptical of watching YouTube videos to learn anything, I'll be honest. But yeah, it sort of has bits where it goes a bit slow-mo, so when she's doing something that looks a little bit complicated, then the whole video goes into slow motion to repeat that bit, so you can actually see what they're doing. And that's actually a really good feature to have on a tutorial video, which I think a lot of people don't have, is they kind of forget how it is to not know something. So they're going along at this, fast pace of, oh yeah, just press this button, this button, this button, and then it, outputs this thing. And you're like, what, where? Whereas with this one, it was actively like, this is how you do this bit, and this is how you do this bit, and these are the technical terms. So if I say something, don't go all boggly-eyed because you don't know what it is, because this is what it means, and like in a non-patronising way as well, which again makes all the difference. No, just wanted you to loop through there, just not twice. Ah, jeez. May have been a little bit optimistic when I said we could get 2 of these done in 15 minutes. Mainly because it's wrapping really tightly around my finger, and then I can't actually move it. I need a yarn ball, guys. I need a yarn ball. If only I knew someone that does pottery. Don't know how to keep getting it. There we go. Keep managing to get it looped around the same piece of wool. so it just makes a twist in the wall rather than pulling it through like it's supposed to. Gotta go. See you all later. Aw, see you later, Rob. And thank you for coming. It was lovely to have you here. Right, I may be a little bit stuck on this bit because I think it's got a bit too tight. I think I'm supposed to put it through that bit. Yeah, I'm supposed to put it through that bit, but that bit is really tight. Nope. Can I get it through there? Can I get it through there? No, because it's also pulling tightly around my other finger, so I can't tighten it. This could be the bit that breaks us, guys. Could be the bit that breaks us. No, we did it. We did it. Yay, small victories. Oh, don't pull it back out. Whatever you do, don't pull it back out. Don't unravel the whole darn thing. Right. Let's pull. This is the part where it starts going a little bit wrong. Yeah, let's just pull it back out there. Try again. There we go. Right. So I think once we get to the end of this bit, when we get to the end of this bit, that'll be me done for the day. Are you enjoying it? Is the main question. Yeah, I am actually enjoying it, and it is. I think it's also a lot nicer. Doing it on the stream, because then I've got a bit of company while I'm getting frustrated with attempting it. Like I say, I'm actually making progress with it. I mean, it's actually looking like a square, or at least a rectangle. That's gonna be a square. So I think that's pretty good. I think really, considering, like I say, I've never even tried it before. I think it's a pretty darn good outcome. think I might need to attach to that bit. Yeah. Better to try than not to at all. Yeah, exactly. And I think we may have dropped a few stitches on this edge because it looks like it's yeah, I don't think I added that last stitch, so it's gone a bit out, but we've done it. We've got crochet. So I'm going to sit that down there, and I'm going to see if we've got someone to raid. It does very much look like black and white, doesn't it, in this camera? But this is actually sort of a darker purple, and this is like a lilac. So it is a terrible, terrible camera. Right, but let's see if we can find someone. If we can find someone to raid. Because I'm not actually sure who's on at the moment. Oh, I think...
World record pace. No, for sure. I'm working it out.
I think it would be nice to raid FemFox. Because I usually only raid 1 or 2 people at this time of day. Right, so I'm going to put it on this screen. And I am going to say thank you to all of you for joining me today for that experimental thing there. And I will hopefully be back tomorrow with some Stardew around 5ish. So yeah, I will see you all later. Bye bye.